Yo, what's up, 509? What's up, Spokane? What's up, 208? We are back in the Ashtray Studios for another episode of Shades On with Kid Curry. This week, I welcome Jacob Vanknowe and Elijah. How do you pronounce your last name exactly?
It's Pat Nod.
Pat Nod.
But I also go by Ray Northwest.
Ray Northwest, that's
Yes,
right.
sir.
I totally
Yes,
forgot
sir.
about that
Forget
shit,
that.
dude. I'm sorry.
No, you good. You good.
I'm sorry.
No, you good.
Yeah. It's been a minute since I've seen you guys.
Yeah.
Last time I saw you guys, honestly, was like, give it a shot. Like Mark Rand's show, or Man with No Name, give it a shot when you were rapping and you did a rap song too, I think, right?
Yep, yeah, we did an acoustic hip hop fusion set.
Yeah.
So we did a little bit of his original hip hop material, then we fused it with a little bit of acoustic freestyling and some other stuff.
Yeah,
as well.
that was hella different, especially for see you do that. I thought that was hella cool. You didn't dip your toes in the hip hop scene like that instead of just. I've seen you performing acoustic at fucking what was it called up in 5 Mile SRD Fest.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, and to hear your name also shouted out on Rock 94.5 opening up for bands and shit.
Yes, sir,
Let's go.
absolutely. Yep,
Yeah,
we had
that's
that.
awesome.
That was awesome. Yes, this year we opened up for our friends in Pistols at Dawn. We got the big advertisement there with them for the Rock 94.5, and they were on tour with Wolfgang Van Halen and Alter Bridge. So the only show
shit.
of their tour for that they did that wasn't with those two amazing artists was with us.
That's-
so I was
hell
like, that's
yeah.
pretty incredible.
Yeah.
we were very fortunate for that one.
No, dude, when I heard the homies on there, I was fucking stoked. I'm always listening to 94.5.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
especially when I was coming up, that was one of the rock stations I grew up listening to.
Yep.
Oh man, I wish I could hear my band on there one day or be on there one day and
Fuck, dude,
get to hear your name on there
to
was
hear your
crazy.
name. It's a matter of time.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you.
Well, why don't you tell us all a little bit about yourself? Where are you guys from?
I can start first. I'm from Spokane, Washington, born and raised. My dad is from Massachusetts, so he came here from the East Coast, and my mother is from here originally, and I have some family here for the most part, and this has pretty much just been where I grew up, and a lot of the older musicians around the area, and my dad was also a musician, became influences to me, and kind of were people that inspired me to kind of get into music and arts and things like that. And that's been just a major part of my life for my whole life, and art and all those things. So that's just something
So did you learn how to play guitar at a young age?
Yes, I did. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was about I believe I was about 9 when I started picking up the guitar and learning it. And I had friends even in school that were already learning guitar and stuff like that. So it was kind of a cool thing, to be as you're growing up and you're getting into bands and all kinds of different music and whatnot, and to have other kids and other people that you wouldn't necessarily think that you would have around in this area that are very artistic. And it's there's a lot of inspiration to draw from.
Did you pick it up pretty easily? Was it second nature?
I would say, yeah, especially the singing aspects of it, but growing up, getting to see my dad do it, and then just how much I wanted to do that was, it just it drove me to it, to learn, what I
right.
didn't know so I could be good at it.
That's what's up. What about you, Ray?
Yeah, I'm from Spokane, Washington. Mostly been here all my life, but I live places like Arizona, Seattle. And as far as music and stuff like that, I've been doing it for a really long time. So I met Jacob when we were 11, and it was a funny story. I used to fight before the cage. I used to kind of get into trouble a little bit at school, and we actually met because me and this kid were squaring off, and he saw this other kid was about to jump in. Boom, got him. We got in trouble. We're at the principal's office, this, that, and the third, And I was like, man, thanks for getting my back, man. I appreciate you. And he's like, yeah, no problem. And then ever since then, he's been my brother. But
That's what's up.
yeah, as far as music, I think, what was it, 2018 that we debuted Shiny Thing, right?
Yeah,
With the band.
2018. Yep, we did it. We had a sold out show at the Big Dipper, and it was the
Yeah.
first time we ever brought him on the stage too. So
Oh,
Yeah, so as far as me and Jacob colliding on music, that was the first time, and then we pretty much just been experimenting other than me going with the band, rapping with the band and stuff like that on rock songs, you was saying earlier, we do acoustic fusions of our own original songs. He does hip hop, we kind of dabble back and forth. So
Yeah, I know you
yeah.
can spit some freestyles and stuff. You were
Oh, of
doing that
course.
at that 420 festival I helped through.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
yeah. I
Yeah.
do that at a lot of shows. I really love the freestyle, man. Like, I feel like, and to each their own, but I feel like what makes a really good rapper is like being able to go off the top too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Freestyling and just, I've been doing that since I was young. So
Well, and sometimes I feel like there's a big part of the camaraderie of that too. Like, how many rap shows have we gone to, and we're standing in a circle, and everyone's like, "All right, let's start freestyling." And then
Yeah.
next thing you know, you're friends with like 6 dope MCs you never met
Yeah.
until you're.
I mean, I can't rap at all, but I mean, I have spit some shit down at Red Room outside,
That's what's up.
with Ben and the homie Jacob
Yeah.
Davis.
Let's go.
Yeah. It wasn't no freestyle. It was just shit I had written in my head for years, but still, they thought it was dope as fuck.
That's
I just
cool.
came in right after them at the, just clutch timing.
that's
and
all that
Hit it
matters.
with the vibe. Yeah, that's what's up.
Well, let's see. How old are you guys?
I'm 25.
Same here, 25.
All right.
Yeah.
I thought you guys maybe a little bit older, but
Yeah.
not too young.
I get that a lot.
For sure. Well, you guys do some fighting too, yeah?
Yes, sir. Yep, we both do amateur MMA. Yes, sir. He does a little bit more than me, but I've been out of the cage for a few years. He's my inspiration for doing
Yeah?
it as well. Yes, sir.
So, what made you get into it?
Well, I would say I've always been into like kind of boxing. I did boxing here and there and wrestling when I was younger. So like in middle school. And as far as MMA, I've been doing it for almost 2.5 years now. And so I kind of was just inspired by some of the guys around me, like this high school friend of mine, Ashton Charlton. He's over at
sir.
SICK. I was watching his fight videos like 2-3 years ago, and I was like, okay, I was kind of getting into it just as like a hobby, like kind of like a workout. Like,
Yeah.
okay, let's just see if I can keep the hands sharp, stuff like that. And boom, as soon as I think it was like the first day. Yeah, the first day I kind of knew like, okay, like I might be doing this for a long time,
Just
But-
felt good.
Yeah, no, it felt good. And then the more I did it, the more I loved it. So,
That's
I
what's
just hopped
up.
into that and stayed with it ever since, man.
And then I think Vincent on our episode we did mentioned where, but I can't quite remember. Is it like Warrior? Where are you guys?
Warrior Camp.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Warrior
we're,
Camp,
we're
that's
both
right.
out of Warrior.
That's
Yeah.
what's up. Yeah, he shouts you guys out. Fucking shout out Vincent.
That's my guy.
Shout out
yeah,
my
yeah,
boy.
sir.
yeah. He's mentioned how he does some training with you guys when he can.
Also,
Absolutely.
shout out Pablo from Warrior Camp, my coach.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all
Much
that.
respect.
Yep. Hell yeah, that's what's up. How long you been fighting?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, so do you mean like just in the cage? Or?
Yeah.
So pretty much I started doing, what would you say, probably like 2 years ago now?
Yeah.
when we started
about-
training?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd probably say we started training like 2 years ago when he first started getting into it, because I was like, well, okay, if he's going to be fighting, we got to get, our boy right. So I got to help him train,
That's what's up.
So I wanted to help push him and, get him there where he wanted to be. And it really, not only did it motivate me to help get into shape and get into doing all that as well, I'm fighting and take my first cage fight with 5 days notice.
Oh damn.
But
Savage.
then I've also, now me and him kind of help when there's other fighters that are wanting to get into the fight game and they don't have a corner team or they don't have coaches. We've helped corner and coach other fighters and try to help them grow
Vincent said
because
I think
of what
the first
that's
time
done.
he met you guys, he did. You guys
Yeah,
did that for
exactly.
him. Yeah.
Exactly that,
That's,
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
hella cool.
So it's like for me, how fighting and everything has positively impacted me is like, it's almost hard to put it into words. So the fact that I can share that with other people already at the stage I'm at is that's amazing for me. So
Hell yeah. So pretty much being inspired off like your best friend, and then to get into fighting.
yeah, oh yeah,
That's what's
yeah,
up.
exactly. And growing up, a lot of it too was already kind of there from growing up as kids. Like we'd be best friends, and then because I was white and he was black, certain people would take issue with that or whatever, and they'd try to bully us or fight us and
True story.
take our basketball while we're playing on the playground kind of stuff.
What the
And
fuck?
when we were kids, yeah, like in elementary school. And so probably by the time we were already in 5th or 6th grade, which is around when I met him, we already both kind of knew how to fist fight. And
Hell yeah.
and so then we would just always have each other's back no matter what, and that never changed. And as we kind of grew up and developed and kind of realized, hey, we both have some skill in this, we that's when we decided to take it to the cage. And when I first decided to take my first cage fight was because I had found out that my mom and dad were both battling cancer.
I'm
so
sorry, man.
I wanted to. Well, they're both cancer free right now.
Oh,
So
congratulations!
it's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
but we took. I took that
That's
first
good.
fight in dedication to all cancer survivors. So I had to win. So I was
what's
very
up.
glad I went out there
That's
and
all-
won
that's
and
hella
dedicated that.
inspiration.
Yes, sir. So
Damn.
that's why I took my first fight.
That's what's up. Where was it at?
Coeur d'Alene Casino, King of the
Oh.
Cage.
Oh, you did King of the Cage?
Yep.
That's what's up. I
Yeah.
remember being like fucking maybe like 10 years old and going and seeing one of those.
So awesome,
Yeah.
dude.
Savage, bro.
And we got to meet Terrence McKinney and Herb Dean
Yeah.
from the
Terrence is my
UFC.
boy.
Yeah,
Shout
I got
out.
to meet them. Very cool, very cool. So amazing experience.
Hell yeah. Where's your first fight?
My first fight it's a little more low key. It's called the Beatdown. It's at the community center, kind of west side ish.
Yeah, the West Central.
Yeah. And then the crazy thing about that is my very first fight, my original opponent, he dropped out. Like he was like talking all that big, like he was
Bailed.
supposed to. Yeah, pretty much. He was supposed to be there. Was sending pictures. Like he was in the city, so he sent it to the dude that was throwing the fights and didn't show up. So I
What?
was like, damn, yeah. And so an old friend of mine, and he didn't really do MMA, but he had a boxing background and stuff. He stepped up. Shout out Justin. And yeah, so that was my first fight. That was crazy. And then my second fight, it was straight to the casino, straight at Quest Casino. Rick Little from Sick Jitsu hit me up and he was like, hey man, you want to be main event? Like one of my dudes
What?
dropped out. Yeah, one of my dudes dropped out against, or hit one of, I don't know if it was his dudes. I don't think so, but I think he like dropped out or something like that. So they had his name is Jaden. They had to find like an opponent, and then they found me. I think it was like 3 weeks notice, 2-3 weeks notice. But anyways, yeah, no. So I've been fighting at like casinos ever since.
How'd your first fight go?
It was good. It was
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
Did you win?
Yeah, of course.
What about the main event at the casino?
Yeah, I won that too.
Really?
Yeah, I won my first one by first round TKO, and then my second one by first round knockout.
Damn.
Yeah.
So, what's your guys' records? What's yours?
My record's 3-1.
3-1.
And I'm 1-0.
Well, that's what's up. Hell yeah! Have you guys done anything else like kickboxing or boxing?
Not yet, no.
No.
Like,
No, I've been talking to him about a transition to boxing because whenever he is in the cage, it seems like a lot of
It's more stand up.
they want to grapple him because they don't want to strike with him because
Yeah.
he's very deadly with the striking, and he's getting much better with the grappling and everything too. So it's like he's going to be deadly, but when you can't grapple him, there's going to be no
Watch the
chance
fuck
for
out.
yeah, they're going to have to be looking out.
Damn. I gotta come out to one of these fights, man.
Yeah,
Let
you
me know.
should.
Yeah.
They're really dope, man. Especially just to watch, be there. It's a really good environment. Like a lot of people think, oh man, it's all violent in this. I mean, it can get violent. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It's fighting, but real cool people, real cool community.
The respect and the sportsmanship of it is like, yeah, it's like next level,
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
top tier.
You ever deal with like a poor sport or anything like that, or ever seen that?
Oh, of
Somebody just be
course,
all
of course.
pissed.
Yeah.
There are those, but in my experience, it seems like those are the cats that kind of get beat up the most.
Oh shit!
So you don't worry, you don't sweat those guys
They're
too
just
much.
not learning the lesson yet.
Yeah,
Fuck.
exactly.
So you said you brought Ray on for the his first show. Switching back to music now, but his first show at the Big Dipper. Where was your first show?
My first show was at a coffee shop. I can't quite remember in town. It doesn't even exist anymore. It's right by it's by the. I'm trying to remember. It's called the All of It, and I
Okay.
was about 11 years old,
Oh damn!
and that was my first show at a coffee shop playing rock music with my band.
Damn.
Yeah.
What was your band name at the time?
It was like father like son because my dad is my bass player. He still is, but he's
Okay.
my bass player. So we just decided because we both would write the songs. It was like father like son. So
That's what's up.
yeah.
How many other projects or bands have you had through the years?
I've
Have you worked with other people?
I have a little bit, yeah. I mean, like I'll do a lot of side projects. Like I'll do features and collabs and pop up here and there, and it's
Yeah.
like, wait a minute, Jacob's doing a song with these guys or those guys, and I just think that's awesome. But I have tried to do like different side bands or projects throughout the years, but nothing really very solid other than like my first project, which was like Father Like Son, and then after that doing the Jacob Vanknowe band, like how we're currently doing. So
I remember like a few years ago, maybe it was a little bit longer. You guys dropped that song. What was it, like Blood Moon Ritual or
Yeah,
something like that?
yeah.
Yeah, Blood Moon
Yeah,
Ritual.
let's go.
Does I have it right?
yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. That was like what, like three years ago?
So that's crazy. It's already
Yeah.
been that long, but yeah, I think so.
2020?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was like, I think right before the 420 camp out fest or whatever I helped her on.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah. Well, what show would you, or I mean, sorry, what song would you guys like to, show us today?
Well, I have a new music video out for my song "Never Give Up," which is going to be on our new album, which is coming soon.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you want to show me this?
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Let me check it out. And you got iPhone or?
I got like I'm not even too sure what this number is on.
Oh, it's a C port.
Yeah.
Is it an iPhone?
Yeah. No, it's not an iPhone.
Oh, but you don't got an aux plug-in?
I don't know.
The headphone jack?
You think that'll work? I do have a headphone jack, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Bam. There we go.
Nice. Technology.
Yeah, somebody had a phone on one of my last interviews, and it was just C-port charger. So I was like, all right, I guess
we
just
can work with it.
Yeah. Didn't have that plugged in. And for the most part, you work with them on like every song?
Like, what do you mean, like every song?
Like, are you part of, like, how do I say it? Like, do you have like your own how do I say it? Are you playing or singing on every song with them, or is it just more of like here and there features or what?
I mean, yeah, well, we're doing a lot, so I would say like a lot of the songs, but I still do my own stuff.
Okay.
Like I think my last single I dropped was a little bit ago, like last year, but I have like a ton of unreleased music, and kind of like when I'm not fighting and stuff, like so when I'm in fight camps and when we do fight camps leading up to fights, I'm like training for like 2-3 months, like intensely,
Yeah.
So, a lot of the times, like when I'm done with fight camps or in between, I'll make my music, like go to the studio and stuff, and then do my shows after my fights. But yeah, no, I do my own stuff as well.
That could be like maybe a little, how do I say it? I don't want to say not sketchy, but like, what if like, you got hit good one time and then you're going to do a show right afterwards, just fucking still swollen or something,
I mean, yeah, I won't do that. Like maybe I'll like, no, true. I always get checked out at the doctors. Like it'll be legit. I'll make sure I'm good before I go and do that at all. But yeah, I think there has been a time, like I think it was last year, where I did after my fight, my championship fight. Like a week later, I was at the studio and then I did a show and people were like, "Whoa, you have a black eye, bro." And I mean, a lot of people already knew, but some people are like, "Are you okay?" Yeah, I'm just, MMA.
That's what's up. Hold on, championship fight.
Yeah. It was against my boy Chance Haskins. It was at Northern Quest, and that was October 2022. I think it's the 16th or something like that.
So, are you holding like the belt right now?
No, unfortunately, that was my only loss. So 3-1. It was close. It was close. It was a 3-round banger.
Or were you trying to take his title, or how was that going?
Yeah, well, basically, we were both fighting for the title.
Oh, okay.
It was like vacant.
Yeah, it was vacant as far as that for the middleweight at the time. And yeah, no, it was a really good fight. That's a fight I learned from. But yeah, unfortunately, I did lose. So after that, I was at. What was it? Was it Clear? Yeah, it was Clearwater. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
Right
Clearwater
after
and
that.
Lewiston after that, and then he won that one second round knockout.
Yeah.
And then they were already basically discussing another title shot, so it's put him back in the contention again.
Damn, dude.
I actually had one that was supposed to be in October, but my opponent dropped out, and then I got injured, so I'm just now back on my feet from broken
Must
toes
be
again.
mopping the floor with motherfuckers already at a title, contingency at this point.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. It's crazy.
up.
I love it.
You got that song ready by chance?
Yes, sir. I got it.
Hell yeah.
There is a desire burning deep inside your heart, a song that will feed your hungry soul.
decision comes with 1 minute 36 seconds into the second round. Winner by TKO, Elijah Vanknowe.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up.
Yes, sir.
I know. I like the montage, bro. It's
Yeah.
so clean, bro.
Yeah, exactly. I liked how it sped up. You know, it looked like when the first 10 seconds of it. You know, you're like rocking out like against it. I was like, oh shit! All right.
Yeah.
No, I like that. That was cool.
Thank you.
And I don't know if anyone else will catch this in the episodes. They may need to go back and make sure I know I'm right. But you guys are my first rock band. I'd be featured on Shades On.
Now let's
Yeah.
go. We making history. Let's
Yeah.
get it.
No, dude, that was fucking dope. I don't know why that isn't on Rock 94.5. Get these
Right?
guys fucking on there.
Let's get it.
Get every single.
Let's go.
Get every single.
We got the new
song
album.
on there.
We'll send it to you. You want it? We got it.
Right? Dude, I fucks with that. Hell yeah. So, let's see. Let me check my little list here real quick.
Got to check the list.
Yeah. So, who filmed that music video for you guys?
That'd be me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I do pretty much all of my own music videos. I do have sometimes I'll be on stage, I'll have him or somebody else who's with us literally filming it while we're performing and whatnot. Yeah, but yeah, for the most part, I have done a few videos where we released a fan made video version where we allowed all of our supporters, fans, what have you, sending in video clips of us live, and then we used it for the video. So each fan could feel like they had a little piece of the video that was theirs,
Yeah.
So we've done that in the past, but for the most part, yeah, I do most of my own videos. And then in that last one that we watched, there is a little clip from his fight footage, which was done by the great Bambi.
Okay.
So yes, sir.
No, dude, I loved that. That was tight as fuck. I really did like that a lot.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So, Ray, do you play any instruments?
Particularly no, but I mean, I kind of dabbled when I was younger. I really loved the drums, and I'm still really open to learning them. Never too late. But yeah, I've been kind of introducing singing a lot more as well too.
Yeah.
I kind of used to be self-conscious about that. You know what I'm saying, when I was younger and stuff like that. And then this guy over here, actually, my first song where I introduced singing was "Hell Yeah," I believe. Yeah, I think it was that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I kind of did it, and I remember, but it was still rapping, you know what I'm saying? So in the chorus, "Hell Yeah," he was I the first person I showed was him.
That's
And I was
what's up.
kind of I knew it was dope, but I didn't want to toot my own horn. I was kind of feeling thoughts about the hook. I was like, man, I don't know if it, and then I played it for him, and he was like, dog, hold on. He's run that back
Those
5
hits.
times.
That just shows you got confidence in your skill.
Well, exactly. And so, yeah, ever since then, I kind of been doing that back and forth, singing. But yeah, as far as instruments, I'm always down to learn, man.
Hell yeah.
Probably drums first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who all else plays in your band?
So out of pretty
And your
much
band
the
is
whole
self-titled, Jacob
Yeah,
Band.
the Jacob Vanknowe
Yeah.
music or Jacob Vanknowe band. But so everybody in the band, I play guitar and
Yeah.
sing, and then my dad does bass guitar and sings as well. Ron Vanknowe is his name, and we have Connor Blister Bly doing some guitar as well
Sir.
for us now, and John Diedrich on the drums.
OG John D.
OG John D. Yes, sir.
What was his last name?
John Diedrich is his last name.
Diedrich?
Yeah,
Okay.
Diedrich.
I was like, man, that name sounds super familiar from somebody I grew up with.
That's it. Could be. You never know. But and then also he does some hip hop stuff on the side as well. That we got some unreleased stuff and some stuff we've done with him and my drummer and Rain Northwest, where we've
Yeah.
all done some hip hop together as
Bro,
well. So
John
it's
D
he's
is
crossing the line from doing the drumming and then kind of
Yeah.
rapping again and stuff. So
He's a beast. Not only on the kit, but he's a beast on the
Mike.
man.
on
he,
everything.
He got bars for real.
Yes,
And he's
sir.
a really quiet. He's one of the most chillest dudes I ever met. He kind of has the same facial expression every time. He's like,
Just
"What's up,
chilling.
man?" You know what I'm saying. But at the same time, he's a real cool dude and stuff like that.
Hell yeah.
And when he showed me, I think it was something he made from 2013. He actually made a beat. He makes beats too as well sometimes.
Okay.
So, okay, John D, let's go.
So where do you record your songs?
Well, I guess
home studio.
Yeah, I do record at home. I got a lot of stuff that I be recording, kind of my own stuff. It's kind of a hard question to answer that because I've recorded like all over the like everywhere.
Okay, where's your favorite place to record?
Probably my own studio.
Okay, just the
Comfortability
comfortability
level.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like being able to spend as much time as I want on
Without
my
having
vision.
to pay by the hour.
Or not
Yeah.
not having that as a worry. You know,
Yeah.
you're not worried because you're just worried about the track. You
Yep.
know, so that's what I think I probably like the most. But also I had a lot of fun recording at Cordell Drake's home studio.
Okay.
Because I did a little bit of guitar work for him on his upcoming album. So
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty stoked on that. And that was a fun vibe. Like you just feel like you're hanging out, jamming, and the next thing you know, you're like, we got a bunch of cool songs and great stuff coming together. So it's just like that's the way I feel. Like a lot of times I can just get comfortable and really just do like what I want to do and not be so concerned about the logistics of it.
Yeah, I've seen
you
a
know?
pic of his studio on like Instagram. It's fucking dope. looking.
Yeah, it's hella chill.
And I think he just dropped a new song too.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
What was it like the other day? Something?
Yeah.
Something like that. I gotta peep that.
Me too.
So you guys are pretty tight with Cordell?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we opened up for Do or Die together at Pig Out.
Oh, okay. You've done Pig Out.
Oh yeah, we've done Pig Out a few years.
Hell yeah.
And we always do it together too. Yeah, me and
I've
Elijah.
seen Cordell Drake open up for fucking Coolio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yep.
that's the same year. Yeah.
Were you guys were on that card?
We played the same year, but we weren't on the same stage as
Oh,
them.
okay.
But we were on we were just on a different stage. We were playing like around the same time, though, like the same night.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the next year was like, what was it? Us, Django, and Cordell, and DL Downer, and Do or Die at Big Out.
Damn.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. We got to sip some Hennessy with Do or
Oh
Die.
yeah, yeah.
Really?
Shout out to
Smoke
boy,
a joint
yeah,
with DL, so that was pretty sick.
That's
yeah.
tight.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Just chilling. Super cool cats.
It was really dope too to like really know like Pig Out is like the biggest like event around, you know,
Yeah.
besides like Hoop Fest and stuff like that. So like
Right.
just to know all those people, and we were like, I kind of felt like I was on my boss shit a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Not to
Yep.
even boast, but like,
Own
dude,
that shit.
he pulled up in a big ass golf cart. He was like, you guys don't even have to walk back to carry the gear and all that. So we're riding through everyone. Like I got my feet up, just smoking and shit. And he's mobbing in the golf cart. So that was dope.
Well, for me, like growing up and seeing these bands, and you know, this is like, man, since a kid, this is what I want to do, and then I'm like, okay, we're here. This is the
Yeah.
stage. This is what I wanted to do for all these years since I was a
crazy,
kid,
man.
and we're here. So
That must feel fucking hella good, chase your
Surreal.
fucking, childhood dream, and it's fucking there now.
yeah, well, and then like how you were talking about the year Coolio performed.
Yeah.
So when you go downtown, there's that big sign there on the corner that says Spokane Riverfront Park. It's like a tan sign, and they had a big billboard, and also R.I.P. Coolio. You got to get
Facts.
that in real quick.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
but-
I forgot about that.
On the picture, it was like Coolio, Cordell, me, and it's like to look back at that now, like you're never gonna have that.
Did you ever take a picture of it,
Moment.
save it?
I did, and
That's cool.
I'm sitting there with the sign, like,
And it was pretty
yeah,
big
like
too.
looking like this is crazy. And then I was wearing a shirt that said Kiss on it.
Yeah.
And the first time as a kid, one of my first memories is I went and saw Pig Out in the park, and I have the sign from it, and the Kiss Army Kiss tribute band.
Yeah.
I went and saw them, and as I was such a little kid, I thought it was actually Kiss. So I was losing my mind, like this
You were
is
big
Kiss.
into Kiss growing up?
Oh yeah.
Same, dude.
Oh yeah.
Detroit Rock City is what got me.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So I was like, for me, and then to be sitting there and I'm looking at my picture with Coolio up on Pig Out, and this is where I used to come see music as a kid that inspired me, and I'm wearing a Kiss t-shirt, thinking about the first time I ever saw the festival, and here we are. And then the next year getting to do that, like, yeah, the blessing of that was like immaculate. And then getting to bring my best friend, on stage with us, and my dad's playing in the like. Yeah, you can't beat any of that.
Oh,
swear,
no. I was
man,
about to
I
say,
swear.
you can't fucking beat that.
It's like I'm gonna be
oh,
thinking about that forever.
So
Man,
dope.
that kind of defeats my next question. I was going to say, what's the most memorable event you guys have done?
It could be that one, or probably when we got to play the Knitting Factory.
Yeah,
I would
straight
say,
up.
Yeah?
yeah, because that was really awesome experience. I would say
That was crazy.
for us, and
That
getting to
was
see
wild.
the way that when we got to play the Knit for the first time, it was all local acts, and to really
Was that like last year or 2 years ago?
it was a couple years back now, yeah. But
Okay.
to really see the response, like having hundreds of people show up just to support 3 local acts, it's like it shows like it can be done. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like if the support and the love for the art and the music is there, like there's really nothing that can't happen.
Who else was on that card?
It was Chase the Sun band, us, and then we featured Ray Northwest, of course, and then there was the Piper's Rush tribute band
Okay.
that headlined it. So it was just kind of a couple original bands and a tribute, and to just kind of see people. And I believe that was either right before Neil Peart's passing as
Okay.
well. So I know looking back at it, it was kind of a special thing, kind of for me
Yeah.
to have that kind of a experience on the stage and get to also not only perform my music, but to get to kind of listen to that.
Just to be
hear
at the knit.
legend.
Like, I know, I'll be honest, and I'm somebody that's been to the knit, like, fucking, I can't even count how many times I've been there back in the day when it was the Big Easy.
Right.
Like, that was my first show, like, was at the Big Easy. But, I mean, now as an adult going through these years, I'm like, man, I hate being here as, like, somebody in the fucking crowd. But I know when you're an artist, because I hear it from every artist that, like, that's, like, one of the biggest stages besides, like, doing, like, an arena or something. But, I mean, that's a whole nother fucking level.
Right.
But to be playing at the Knits, like, fucking every local's dream around here.
Right.
You've got to achieve that. I mean, I'm a host. If I could host a show at the Knit, dude, that'd be so fucking dope.
It's awesome.
would, man.
It's a great, and like the staff and everything there, great people, the sound and all that,
Yeah.
awesome. Oh yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, they got great lighting. And
It's
I
awesome.
wasn't sure if, like, they bring in different people for the sound or, depending on,
It could be,
the
yeah,
band.
That could be. But I just know when we were there, yeah, it was immaculate. And between playing Pig Out and the Knit, and we've also done the fair, the fairgrounds or whatever.
Yeah.
We did the North Stage at the fair.
Okay.
And I would say that was probably one of my favorites too, that I can just off the top think of, because just like you're just playing and there's so many people, like,
just checking you out.
because it's just you're out,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
out there. It's basically just a huge field with all kinds of stuff going. You're
Yeah.
like, you're just seeing all these people looking at you. You're like, that's crazy, man.
And
You
it's
couldn't
so
even
dope.
count them, or maybe like doing Hilliard Fest. But yeah, it's a hard call for me.
Like same with fighting. Like it's so dope. Like that. Two of my most favorite things is when you're walking around, like after you just performed a set, like somewhere big like that, and people are like, "Oh man, hell
the motherfucker
yeah!"
that
You
just
know what I'm
fought.
saying?
Right? No,
And yeah,
seriously.
like a bunch of people start to take notice, and it's just makes you feel good.
Soon you'll be signing autographs and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Guaranteed.
Kind of already are.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
what's up.
Yeah. I like doing that kind of stuff anyway. Like if the fact that somebody would want like a pic, like if anybody's at, like when I fought, if they want a picture, I'm like, hell yeah, because some people they'll see somebody fight or watch somebody at a concert and be like, hey, can I get a picture? And the dude's like, I think I'm all this or that, and I'm like, nah,
Ego
dude,
type,
never.
yeah.
Like if a kid asked me, can I take a picture? Like right after I played Pig Out in the Park, a big group of
Just-
kids
yeah,
came up to
just
me and, can we
fucking-
take pictures? I'm like, hell yeah.
Make you feel so good.
Because it
you were one of-
reminds me of the
you were
kid
one of
I
those
was.
kids.
Yeah, absolutely. And same with the fight. I'm like a kid, if I'm inspiring a kid to, instead of, go to school and get in trouble and get in fights, to learn a martial art or to learn music or something. That's what you
amazing.
want to
Yeah,
do.
that's what you want.
As a
Yeah,
role model or
it's
as an
fucking-
artist, that's what I would aspire.
Giving back to the not only community but like the younger generation, like it's such a good mindset that you just explained. It's
Yeah.
super important to be
They're
able to-
looking up to you.
It's
Yeah.
such a good, yeah. And like at my last fight, actually, a bunch of kids came up to me, like rushed up to me when I was walking back to the room, and it was two different age groups of kids. There was like little kids, like probably like, I don't know, like 9, 10, 11.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, I almost shed a tear. I was like, man, a bunch of kids.
Guys
And
are
they're
like local heroes, man.
Right,
That's
right.
what's up.
And this
That's
was in
awesome.
Idaho, bro. This was in Clearwater.
Yeah.
And not even, I don't know any of these people.
I've lived out
I
there
know
for a summer.
Yeah, yeah. And I know, a grip of people out there, but a lot of people, it was packed, and shout out to Austin Arnett, but he
Yes,
put me
sir.
on that card. And then after that, like, after I got, the kids signed like papers and like they had gloves and stuff like that, a group of like teenagers, like this big ass group of kids, were like, hell yeah, man, taking pictures with me. Same thing, I'm signing shirts and stuff. One of them
Yeah?
like lifted up his shoes, yeah. And I'm like, damn, this is crazy.
Is this
like,
real
you know
right
what
now?
I'm saying? Yeah, like, I don't feel like some big celebrity and stuff like that, but it makes me feel like good,
I
Like,
mean, I can. I don't want to say I can relate, but I mean, I've had the big celebrity thing. Have felt something like local celebrity wise. I've
Yeah.
been down just like, I think it was at Red Room, and I was just like chilling, and somebody's like, artist YMG, he's talking to like this other artist. He's like, yeah, just hit up my manager, Kid Curry, and this dude's like, wait, what? and turns around and he's like, "Wait, you're Kid Curry? You're the one with shades on?" And I was like, "Oh fuck,
You're
that's
like,
what's
"Yeah,
up."
it's your
Like,
boy.
yeah, and that was like when I just started out. I maybe
Yeah.
had like my first couple episodes, and it made me feel fucking good that like my shit's getting somewhere, and or just that there is just people that have heard about me that just it made me feel fucking good. It made me feel
Yeah.
like what just a fraction of what you guys have experienced and or still are experiencing.
It's just showing love, man.
Yeah.
Like, when you do a lot, especially you have a good message behind it, you just go hard with whatever you want, especially if it's positive. You go hard with that and just, you'll be surprised what can happen,
Yeah.
A lot can happen.
Hell yeah, man. So let's see. What's your most memorable fights you guys? Well, you've had one, so
Yeah.
and
If we're just talking about cage fights, we both like street fought.
fuck it. Okay, we'll go there.
Prior
What's
to
your
this.
most memorable street fight?
Oh, man, Jacob.
Probably my most memorable fist fight was I was getting bullied my freshman year of high school a
Yeah.
lot. And I was getting in fights a lot growing up in school and stuff like that. And so I decided because I really wanted to graduate, I wasn't going to get in any fights in high school.
Yeah.
Well, for some reason, I feel like bullies can tell when you just don't want to fight them because then they're like, time to start on my
They keep
bullshit
fucking-
extra. Yeah, like I'm going to push it. And this one kid would just come to school and just mess with me, man. Just be like, say stuff about my mom, all kinds of stuff, just bully me every day at school. And after about 2 months of doing it, I was like, fuck it, man. I'm not worried about graduating anymore. I'm going to give this kid the business.
Let's go.
You were a freshman. You had plenty of time.
I was a
Yeah,
freshman.
yeah.
I was like, screw it. But I thought I might go to jail because of how bad I was going to
Really? He's
doing
beat this
football,
kid.
too.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I was. And I got this kid alone. I waited for the teacher to go in the other room. And I got my time with him. And I definitely made him regret the decision.
Damn. So you guys definitely some people to have in the corner if somebody has some shit going
Oh yeah,
on.
well, and I hate bullies. So like anytime I see anybody getting bullied or anything like that, I put stop that shit.
Yeah.
I hate that. That's like my yeah.
No,
Like,
I feel that.
you're a
And
it was
dirt-
at a time
you're
where,
picking
like-
on people. You're a dirtbag. in my
Yeah.
eye.
And
Yeah.
it was at a time where, like, some of the teachers were cool. I mean, there's teachers I
Yeah, there's
really
always
appreciate. Yeah, of course. But sometimes, like, the bullying would go, like, unnoticed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Air quotations.
Fuck, dude, I've
And,
been bullied by teachers. I
but
feel
yeah,
it.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So, like, he was like, he really beat this kid's ass. And, like, they were like, what the hell? Everyone's flipping out, like, the teachers. And he's like, bro, this kid for, like, a month, bro. Like, the teachers saw it. I know you guys saw it.
They literally
Like,
don't
what
do
you mean?
anything until like I swear it's like they'll watch the bully a kid for like months and be like, that's all good. And then the kid actually swings back. And then they're like, well, yeah, now it's time to start
Now it's
acting
a
like they were
problem.
paying attention. Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, I understand that shit, dude. Like I've seen that and dealt with that in my own high school growing up.
But I
Yeah.
would say for me, like that was probably like for in terms of street fights, that would be one of my most memorable ones, and because it was like that was like the first time for me like standing up for myself,
Yeah.
just being like I'm not gonna get bullied anymore. You're not gonna say it, And then there's another one which I got to give a shout out to Ashton Charlton because you mentioned him earlier. Ashton and his brother Canyon Charlton, we all played football together, and there was a kid that was on the football team with us, and I'm a year or two, I believe, older than both of them. And there was a kid who was their age on the football team, and he's going around telling everybody he can beat them up. He can kick everybody's ass
There's
because he's
always
the
somebody-
toughest guy on the football
always
team.
somebody.
swear,
And I'm
bro.
not by any means the strongest guy on the football team, but I had gotten back from getting suspended or whatever and getting in fist fights
For that.
in previous, so everybody knew like that I fight or would fight, And a lot of it had to do with stuff going on. I'm just an angry, angsty teenager or whatever at the time too. But yeah, and this kid's going around like, I can knock this guy out. I'll knock you out. And nobody wanted to fight him really because it just was too much problems. And I was like, and they came up to me, both of them, and they were like, will you fight him? Will you fight him? I was like, no, I don't want to, get in trouble or whatever because I was a senior and this kid's a couple years older, but I was still 17.
Yeah.
So we were both minors, and they were like, you're the only one who's a senior that's not 18, so you can beat him up. And I was like, I don't want to. And then he can hear they're talking to me. So the guy comes over and starts being like, oh, you're a wimp. I'll knock your block off and all this and this. And that's all I had to hear. So I was like, okay, yeah, we'll go fight then, or body box or whatever it was we were supposed to do. And So we all get together and go do that. And we're all on the football team. So we're at like a football camp. So we're in like a college dorm and they glove us up. And it was my first time ever putting on
actually gave you
MMA
gloves.
gloves. Yeah. And I watched these two younger cats, these two freshmen or whatever. They go scrapping because I guess they had a problem. And it was almost like, what the fuck? So like everyone's just
Some
going to
Fight
solve
Club
their
shit.
problems real quick. Yeah. And I watched them. They get done real quick. I'm like, oh shit. So it's already me. And so, and this, you know, and this dude's like a bodybuilder, because we all, you know, you're on a team, you all lift weights with each
Yeah.
other, and so I know he's way stronger than me. So I'm like, I'm just gonna have to take this dude out, and I just come out swinging, and I hit him with a bunch of lever shots, and I drop dude in 30 seconds, and he gets back up, and he takes a swing at my jaw, and we're supposed to be body boxing, but he's so big, I see him swinging at my head, so I back up and I punch him in the eye, and then they separate it because we're not supposed to be
Yeah, all right, it's on, motherfucker.
But I socked him in the eye, so they're worried that the coaches are gonna see he's got a black eye at practice the next day, and we're all gonna get in trouble. And they let us go out a little more, and I knocked the kid down again, and they're all going crazy, bro. And that was probably the first time I was like, I think I like this MMA shit. I might want to get it. You know, I like fighting. I like, you know, but because I was always into football, and when that didn't work out for me to go to college with football or anything like that, I just decided, I was like, yeah, I think, you know, just training and getting into physical fitness and just learning how to protect myself and defend myself is going to be something that's good not only for my physical health, but my mental health. And through that, I learned to not be so angry all the time, you know, because when you fight somebody that can fight, you don't want to fight as much as, you know, because now I'm not fighting, but sparring with like professional heavyweight fighters and stuff like that. So you kind of learn the art of fighting, of not fighting, because you're not going to try and outpower a guy twice your size.
Yeah.
And all that. So it's taught me in a lot of ways, you know, humility and just all kinds of different things that I think have made me grow as a person.
Straight up.
Damn. So what'd you play in football?
I was an offensive lineman.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm for some people, I guess, that may not know the sport, like, I'm pretty small for an offensive lineman.
Hey,
I'm only like 200 pounds.
I was a defensive lineman at
Okay,
150
D-end.
pounds. Yeah, I was a defensive end.
There
Yep.
you go. Yep, I did D-end, and I did both sides of the ball, so I did offensive tackle and
Did you
stuff
play
as
football,
well.
Ray?
No.
You
I
should've.
I played basketball for a little bit, man. I didn't even go to high school. I was coming to school high. Shout out to Joey about that.
Hey, man, dude, I was going to school fucking high all the
I
time. You know, I
swear to
had
God.
to deal with everybody's bullshit.
No
I turned
kidding.
18 at the beginning of the year, so it's like I think I got in one fight my senior year after I was 18. And it was with a kid that, like, we were kind of friends. He just kept testing me, though. I was like, all right. And so we fucking had, like, a locker room or bathroom battle or
Oh, it
whatever.
happens,
I remember
yeah.
fucking, like, he, like, turned around, crouched, I fucking grabbed him in a straight, like, damn near suplexed him onto the fucking hard-ass ground on the other side of the benches
no.
and
He
shit.
was done for, huh?
Yeah, it wasn't too long, but everybody was, like, fucking, like, one person's watching the door. Everybody's like, oh, shit.
That's where something really
Yeah.
goes down when it's not too long. Someone's getting,
Yeah, no
someone's
kidding.
getting fucked up.
So where'd you guys go to school at?
Like you talking about like elementary or
No, high school.
just high school? North Central High School.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
So, all right. So you're not too far from the north side here.
Yeah.
All right. That's what's up. Well, let's see. Because I have a lot I want to ask you guys about.
Oh, of
so
course, go ahead.
let's see.
Oh, yeah.
Have you guys had injuries from fighting?
Oh yeah, I'm currently injured.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm recovering from a sprained rotator cuff, like a badly sprained rotator cuff on my right shoulder.
I've done that from racing motocross, just practicing one day. And yeah, I know
It's no
I still
joke,
deal with
bro.
shoulder problems.
It's rough, bro.
Like I throw my shoulders, but and they're just like crunching both
Oh,
sides.
yeah, that's what's
it's
going on right now.
good. Yep. Oh fuck. What about you?
Oh, man, dog. I have,
Yeah, a lot of injuries.
well, not a lot, but I mean, like, for fighting for like 2.5 years, yeah. My first serious injury was when I shattered my toes. And
Fucking kicking someone?
yeah,
Yep.
dude, kicking
Ugh.
my opponent in my second fight. It was just, I was a little inexperienced and stuff like that. I mean, when you're at that level of amateur, you are, you know what I'm saying? But like, I went to go throw a kick basically as hard as I could because he was a big ass beefy kid. Me and him were throwing blows, and I was like, damn, I can't take any more of this kid's hits like for too long. I gotta do something. And so, like, my first power shot was a kick.
Like, was this in a match?
What?
Was this in a match or
Yeah,
sparring?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
cage
It was
fight.
a match. It was a cage fight. My second fight, and I kicked him, and like he checked it. And for people that don't know, checking basically when I kick, he blocks it, but with
Okay.
his shin. So he like lifts his leg up,
Ugh.
kind of like he's like lifting his knee
Oh,
up.
just
You know what I'm
kick
saying?
straight to the shin.
Yeah, dog. And like I won that fight. I knocked him out, and I kept fighting. I didn't know my toe was shattered.
Well, his
until,
toes
like,
broke and kept
Yeah.
fighting.
Well, I mean, you got that adrenaline pumping through.
Yeah.
You know, you ain't gonna, really. It hurts, but you're not enough to fucking, make you
No,
want to stop.
no, straight up. And I'm talking about like I almost had surgery because it was, mind you, it
Shattered?
wasn't broken. It was like shattered into 3 pieces. Yeah. And
Which
so
toe?
like my big toe, and then my second toe was cracked. And so like,
Fuck.
yeah, that was my first serious injury. My second one was cracking my ribs. My third one was re-breaking my toe just recently.
We
The
both
same
busted
one?
our ribs.
Yeah, yeah.
How'd you guys bust your ribs?
It's freaking
Body
jiu-jitsu,
shots?
Probably
bro.
sparring each other.
Mine was his was body shots. I think mine was jujitsu. I was going with my homie Zach Snyder at Warrior Camp, just elite freaking BJJ dude, Brazilian jiu-jitsu. And yeah, I was being too stubborn, man, and he freaking put me in like a crazy body lock where you like basically you're like wrapped around someone and you're holding them down, and like somehow I don't know how he did it.
Is that
Like
the twister?
no, he was like. He was in guard, and like somehow he just like pulled me down, and he like grabbed both of his legs. I don't know how it was, but like he grabbed his legs somehow and just crushed me, bro. and I was like, I didn't tap, and so like yeah, and so like he was like, what the fuck? He was like, I thought you would tap like that, and I was like, yeah, me too. I
Definitely
went home
should've.
and I'm like, oh fuck, like it was bad, bro. I tried to like lie
Damn.
down in bed, and I'm like,
Just getting up every morning.
yeah,
No shit.
that shit
Oh,
hurt, bro.
fuck.
That shit hurt.
So what styles of fighting do you guys do? Like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and like kickboxing? or-
I mean, of course MMA, but like as far as like backgrounds and stuff,
Yeah.
boxing,
but just yeah.
boxing and wrestling.
Okay.
is where I came from.
What about you, Jacob?
I really like to consider myself a freestyle mixed martial artist because
Okay.
I don't have any like whatever you call that, like formative
Okay.
necessarily like training or whatever,
Yeah.
like in a specific discipline. But I have such a heavy respect for every discipline that I try to learn like as much, and I have as much healthy respect and desire to learn from each discipline individually and collaboratively at the same time. So like I don't disparage any martial art.
Okay.
Like I would accept any knowledge that I could take in from anything, from any form of that. So I just kind of consider like when people have asked me before, well, oh, what kind of style are you? People have asked me, oh,
well-rounded.
are you a karate style? Or I'm like, I couldn't tell you if I was, because I don't know.
Is that kind of
know?
harder to kind of take in, a variety of different styles like that instead of sticking to, not necessarily mastering, but learning one completely or whatever?
I would say so.
Easier or better to be able to just take bits and pieces from different ones.
I mean, ideally, you want to learn everything from
Yeah.
each one, but because that's where you're going to be the most rounded. Because then, if you like, let's say you're going to go against a wrestler, but you have every other skill set other than wrestling,
Yeah, they're gonna get you on, on
you're going to
grappling.
find yourself in positions where you don't know what to do, even
Yep.
though you have 3 or 4 more skill sets in striking than this other individual.
Yeah.
Or if you only have jiu-jitsu, it's just going to make you strong in certain places. Whereas I would rather at least have the capability to at least know how to navigate myself in every situation, like whether it be striking or grappling or whatever. And I think there's really, really good stuff to learn from all martial arts for like all kinds of situations. And that's where I feel like that's going to make me like as good as I could be, is implementing all styles, because then it's going to be probably more hard for my opponent to determine what my style is.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
you're pretty much either gonna confuse the fuck out of them or not even necessarily that, but it just it's like a surprise on what the fuck you're gonna end up needing to do.
Or if you try
against them.
something and it doesn't work, you're not just screwed. You have
Yeah.
other tools in the tool. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I tried to take him down, it didn't work, but I'll use my range or something,
sir.
or I use my range. I'm trying to punch him out. He's getting me on the feet. I take him down. He goes down. Okay, well, obviously then I know, the wrestling or whatever
And it's chess,
is
bro.
different. Like I know that I'll have an advantage or whatever, and
Yeah.
potentially.
And that's
All
what MMA
depends.
is about, just to mix like people coming from different backgrounds. And like the crazy thing about it is the first UFCs, like in 1994, 1995, or
Yeah.
whatever it was. It was straight up that, like
Like
a
Pride.
dude, like from a strictly karate background going against a boxer. And I mean, of
Pride
course they
fights.
changed the rules. Dudes were getting knocked out
Yeah,
brutally.
pride fights were fucking insane.
Yeah,
Insane.
dude, like they be like you can kick like people on the ground and stuff like
Knee
that.
'em in
You
their
can
head while
stomp
they're
people.
down.
You can and that yeah, dudes were getting badly
Just
hurt,
wearing
though,
whatever
so.
the fuck they wanted to into the ring.
Yeah,
also,
shoes and shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. But I mean, that's the crazy part about it. I kind of feel like he was saying, going off of it earlier. So when people ask me like what my technique is, like what my exact style is, I would tell them like well-rounded. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, I have strengths and weaknesses and stuff like that, but I mean, I literally do MMA. So like, you know, I'm doing everything. I'm doing jiu-jitsu, wrestling, boxing,
okay,
standing up. You know,
yeah. All right.
whatever.
What style would you guys like to learn more of?
Muay Thai.
Muay Thai.
Muay Thai. Yeah.
I'd probably like to learn a little more wrestling myself.
All right,
Yeah.
that's what's up. So you guys got a clip of you guys. I know there was one in the music video, but do you guys have like a video or a clip of one of your guys' fights? Like to show me and all the listeners?
Yeah, I do. I got a clip of my fight right here. One sec. You want me to put it in the aux there?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, and this is actually on my YouTube channel. So I had a bunch of my friends that were in the audience film it.
All right, that's what's up. Yeah, and while he's doing that, if you got one, Ray, while he's playing this one, if you got one,
Oh yeah, for sure.
yeah, we'll play that next.
His opponent across the cage.
Hair's all braid. I forgot you did that for your fights.
What's that?
Braid your hair.
Yeah, my girlfriend does that.
That's
Yeah, she has her
Shout
own
out
braiding
Bree.
company, Breeze Braids, on Instagram and all that. Yeah, she'd be doing all kinds of braids. For
Okay, yeah,
everybody.
no, it looks good.
Coming to the King of the Cage still for his debut fight today. Fighting out of and representing Spokane, Washington. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Jacob Killer on the Rise Vanknowe.
Killer on the rise. I like that. This dude looks like a lot old, like way older than you.
Yeah, he was much more seasoned. He had
Okay.
quite a few fights and had been in the amateur circuit for quite a few years, and this was my debut. And I took this fight on 5 days' notice.
Damn. Oh, you're fucking rocking him right off the bat.
That's what they told me to do.
That's what they told me.
Like no hesitation. Ooh, he got a couple. He got a couple big ones though. At least two of those landed.
It's two wild punches.
One of them actually hit me in my neck.
Ooh,
Yeah.
probably felt like some whiplash afterwards.
Yeah, no kidding. Whiplash.
Dude, from the start, you just surprised the fuck out of this dude.
Putting the handles.
He did not expect that.
Bro, he got the mic and then he got the handle.
Was that your corner telling someone to breathe? Was that them telling
I
you
don't
to
know
breathe?
because the person says breathe Matthew, and neither
Oh.
of us are named Matthew. So
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh, he's down. Round two.
No, I think this is just a different.
He has, like, different angles.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I knocked him out in the first round, minute 45.
Damn. Yeah, right after he went down there.
Yeah, when he goes down, he doesn't
Damn.
get back up.
He's like, fuck that.
Oh,
The whole crowd yelled, oh!
that's my favorite shit.
Oh, that was your mouth guard that fell out.
Yeah, my mouth guard.
okay.
So I had the same mouth guard for the whole time I was training because I had only trained for a month going into that.
Really? Only a month?
Yeah.
Damn.
And I still have the mouth guard too. It was like all torn up because I couldn't afford to get a new one. I didn't know I was going to be fighting on 5 days.
You tear up mouth guards like that with fighting?
Oh, yeah, because you're clenching your teeth. Yeah.
I mean, I remember from football, but I just stuck with the same one.
Yeah, no shit.
Man, put the work in.
He's getting wobbly right there.
Let's go, Jacob. Shout out the homies in the crowd.
Yeah, he had like an uppercut right before he goes down.
You hear some dudes say, not good, not good.
I think that's the homie Peter.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's another angle of it about to come, that uppercut.
Uppercut's what got the job done. Feel me?
Ooh. Most of your punches are connecting too. Hardcore.
Yeah.
Like, he was just all pretty much punching just to fucking get some punches in, it looked like, and you were fucking straight connecting.
Those are the dear
Yes,
God
sir.
punches. Because it's just like, you're like, dear God, I'm getting hit. Boom.
And then you got yours.
Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort, please put a big round of applause together for both of your fighters. Your referee, Brandon Cool, steps in to stop this contest at 1 minute 45 seconds of the first round for your winner by TKO, Jacob Killer on.
Just fucking just doing ape shit for you guys.
Bags.
Dude, it's the best thing, too. And I mean, like, same with him. Like, I can guarantee when you're in there, like, it's laser focus.
Yeah.
Because you're like, okay, there's nowhere to, there's nowhere to run, there's nowhere to go. It's, someone's going to.
I mean, as soon as that cage
gonna,
door shuts, it's like you can't be thinking about anything the fuck else.
No.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just like tunnel vision. You tune everything out. And then once you, like, won and stuff like that, especially, like, the adrenaline just starts to kick in. Like, after you realize, oh, shit, I just won, everyone's like, yeah. You're just like, God damn. You know what I'm
Hell
saying?
yeah.
So,
So, what weight class are you fighting?
I fight at welterweight, 170, but
170?
I may even be, when I come back, I may be dropping down to 165.
Okay.
But we're just kind of seeing like what the coaches are thinking, like what we're looking at for
Does
opponents.
that change you to lightweight, or what is that? Is that still welter, or?
Well, I could be fighting at catchweight, which sometimes
That's
is
what's
like
called?
where they meet. Yeah, where they kind of meet in the middle there. But yeah, so we'll see what's good. But
So, what weight are you for middleweight?
185
185.
is where I usually fight at.
Okay.
Yeah, but I kind of been thinking about maybe going up a little bit.
Okay.
But as far as that, yeah, all my fights have been at middleweight.
That's what's up.
And his recent title shot that the his most recent opponent backed out of the fight was going to be at 205 for him.
Light heavyweight.
Okay,
yeah.
so you would have been like having a fight pretty much up a class at
Yeah,
that point.
so it would have been my light heavyweight debut, but I still feel like that's probably coming. Like, you know, there's probably
Bulk
going to
up
be
a little
another
more?
chance. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I mean, my walk around, right? Like, before I was fighting, like, and just in between, like, you know, going down, going back up with weights and stuff like that, I was like 215, 220.
You guys got pretty strict diets?
And I
Trying
was,
to maintain these weights?
Fight camps, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, no eating, no fucking,
No fast food,
Yeah,
No,
no
really,
junk.
no.
No bullshit, even no alcohol really and stuff. And I try to cut down
Yeah,
the
there's a
smoking.
lot of sugar in it.
Yeah, and I try to cut down the smoking like before the fight and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Weed wise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like,
And like
couple
just
weeks,
joints too,
month.
like until
Yeah,
we
it can
don't want them on blunts or anything because we
Yeah,
want
it can-
cardio up.
Yeah, it can fuck with your whole breathing, you know?
Yeah, it can. And I mean, for training, it's excellent though. Like, we're still we do some hard, serious drills, and sparring can get crazy sometimes. But like, with all of it, like with the techniques, with the sparring, with this and that and the third, like, you know, a lot of us do smoke before we
Yeah.
train and stuff like that. But when like we're fighting, yeah, especially for a
I'd imagine
championship.
like for fighting, you know, you'd maybe want to, you know, smoke a little bit, just calm the nerves if, you know, a little bit, but obviously joints and blunts are going to be rough on the fucking lungs when you're
Right.
trying to fucking, you know, keep up that endurance.
I
I
smoked
do.
a couple joints
Yeah.
before my fight. I did. I had a
Crazy,
joint. I
motherfucker.
smoked a joint and drank a beer before
Yeah.
my fight. Yeah,
Just keep you
just to
loose.
get in the
Yeah.
fight zone. You
Yeah.
know,
Good
old manly way, you know
bar
what I'm
fight
saying?
energy. You know.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Dude, I heard some crazy shit like back when fucking Tyson did that fight against fucking Roy Jones or whatever.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Jones
Jones,
Jr.,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That motherfucker, I heard he smoked DMT, blasted off right before he goes out there. I'm like, what
Crazy.
the fuck?
He's a
I'm not
wild
surprised.
guy.
He's a
man.
Yeah,
maniac, bro.
that's getting in the fucking zone right
Yeah,
there.
God.
Damn.
I couldn't do it. Like, I couldn't do it.
Oh no, that's a whole nother.
Bro,
That's
DMT, that's fucking wild as shit.
I mean, I've done it
Yeah.
quite a few times.
I couldn't do it off shrooms. Like, I would be like,
Go
nah.
box, but you're gonna go box.
Fuck.
Roy Jones, one of the best of all time.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, and he fucking won too.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, you're talking about
He's an animal.
recently.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
they did
Yeah,
that
yeah,
like
yeah.
exhibition. Yeah.
Oh,
He
of course. Yeah,
he
that
pretty
was
much
really
won.
an exhibition that was like meant for no knockouts though.
No,
Yeah.
no. And
So, like,
technically, it was like a draw.
it was
but-
a hard spar,
But everybody
you know what I'm
knows
saying?
who, you know what I'm saying.
It's just some crazy shit though, like just on what some people do to, like, you know, either whether it's calming their nerves or just to get themselves mentally focused or whatever. And that motherfucker's smoking DMT before he fucking goes and fights.
What helps
Crazy.
me is the CBD THC mix.
Yeah.
So as far as if I don't want to smoke, like
Well, I mean, it's
especially
good for just CBD's good for helping to rehabilitate your
right,
fucking body.
right. So like,
Absolutely.
so my last fight, I like cut like 2 or 3 weeks like before the actual fight. I stopped smoking like completely. And what helped me kind of, because I do smoke a lot, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mostly weed and stuff like that. And as far as like, I mean, I kind of drink here and there and stuff and take shrooms, but I'm a pothead, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
I feel
like,
it.
I'll have to control that the most when I'm fighting and stuff. And yeah, I get like those like CBD, they're kind of like deodorant looking sticks and stuff, and they're like half THC, half like CBD, but it's like 1,000 milligrams. And so like after every training, I like put that on when I'm like stopping or leading up to the fight, and I stop smoking.
Oh, like
And it
topical.
really- Yeah,
Oh,
and
okay.
that shit helps me. It's like deep tissue, like, you know, whatever it is.
Yeah,
and
that's
stuff.
really helping the
Dragon
muscles
bombs
and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Dragon bombs, like that shit just
They-
fucking does wonders.
Saves
They
a
go
life.
hard, bro. They go hard. Yeah, and you do that. I felt good because like I wasn't smoking, especially, and so like it kind of like got me like that body high a little bit, you know, and it doesn't like go out my lungs. So that's the most like when you're smoking a lot,
Yeah.
you'll realize, oh shit, when you're in the cage. I mean, it doesn't feel like long, but like fighting for 3 minutes straight, 5 minutes straight, back to back for rounds, you only got like 40 seconds to sit down. Fucking breathe, catch your breath, and get all
Dude.
the information in from your coaches, and then you're back out there. So it's
Yeah.
like, it's fucking tiring.
I remember
bro.
wrestling like in high school, and it's not nearly, I'd say, as like intense as fucking, you know, throwing blows with somebody
Mm-hmm.
like that. But, you know, you definitely, you know, got the timed rounds and everything, you know, and go back to your corner, be, you know, be talking to your coach
Yeah.
and you're back into it.
Wrestling
So,
cardio is stupid
yeah.
too. It's crazy.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I only did wrestling really in high school. Like, I mean, I sucked. I went like 3-13 or 14 or some shit like that.
He still got
my
out
junior
there
year.
though. Yeah.
And then my senior year, I ended up quitting. I was wrestling with a broken thumb and against like Cheney state champion. Like he was, I was
bad.
training with him actually, and he like fucking rebroke the fucking shit after like two tournaments, and like I was like 4-6 at that point. But wrestling at 145, I actually dropped like mad weight.
Yeah.
But I was mainly wrestling though to keep myself in shape during the winter for motocross because I wasn't racing motocross during the winter time.
Right.
But I mean, shit, when I'd hop back on a bike like that year, I was like Idaho state champion, like in the summer going into my senior year, like I'd be able to actually not, I didn't have to do Saturday football practices after Friday night games because the coach knew I raced motocross. He's like, you just better not lose this weekend.
Right.
And I'd just come back and be like, I got second, I got third. He'd be like, all right.
That's dope. You
Yeah.
had that different outlet though, like when you weren't like motocrossing and shit.
Yeah.
Like to stay busy and active. Like
And that,
wrestling's good
and
for
like
that.
your
for real.
cardio and endurance is just at such a different peak, like what you guys have to do, you know. And I noticed through the years of being an adult how much like all that's went away because of like, you know, partying, smoking, all that shit, you know.
Right.
And like I've had to race hungover before, and I do not recommend to anybody, you know. It's just
Nope.
dumb, and I decided to party the night before, but I mean it happened. I still went out there and fucking did it.
Right.
And I mean, there's times like I've gotten like a whole shot and been out front everybody. And for like whole shots, like when you take off against like everyone else on the starting gate and get around the first turn or first couple turns, it's called the whole shot. I've done that against pack of fucking at Airway Heights against like 30 other motherfuckers.
There's a lot of
in,
people
like,
that show off for that. Yeah,
and just the not prepared for the adrenaline that's gonna hit you because I'm like, oh fuck, I'm out front and I'm trying to run that fucking speed.
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna fade, but just for those fucking that first lap, dude, I've puked multiple times in my fucking helmet because I'm not at that fucking peak. Yeah, dude, it sucks. There's one time I filled myself up. There's another time I've had to just pull over, just lift up the
Gotta
helmet.
get the windshield
and I'm
wipers
letting
on that
everybody
shit.
fucking go by, you know, and it
Right.
just sucks. It's just it not being at that peak performance anymore. I mean, there's a time in my life when I was like 17, 18 years old, I could hop on a bike and I could sprint the moto.
It was mob.
Yeah, and not feel like I'm not letting off, you know, and that was like such a great fucking feeling, you know, and just be able to get your body at that fucking levels, just it's tough, especially now being 30 years old, you know, and I still race motocross, but I'm just nowhere what it was. Where I mean, shit, like I relate that a lot to fighting and wrestling and all that shit. That's why I did that, you know, to keep myself in, you know, shape, to all my cardio and endurance up and not have it go down during the off season. Yeah.
Right.
So let's see real quick. Do you got a new album coming out?
Yes, I do. Yeah, we're currently working on an album with Amplified Wax Recording Studio. Jimmy Hill is producing a bunch of stuff right now for us, and yeah, we got some cool stuff. He's got a couple features on the album.
What's the name of it? Do you want to leave
the
that
album?
yet?
Yeah, the name of the album. Yeah, it's gonna be called Blunt Force Trauma.
Blunt Force Trauma. Ugh.
Yeah, Blunt Force Trauma.
Gonna be some harder shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
heavy shit.
With that name,
A lot of
come on.
heavy
Yeah.
shit. Yeah. And but I don't want to take away from the versatility album because we do have all kinds of styles of stuff that are going to be on the project. But yeah, we did predominantly want to go with a heavy sound, heavy feel, especially with what we've been doing with the fighting and everything like that. So it's all definitely integrated in that. And we had an artist from Thailand actually do the artwork for the album.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so we're really looking at it as kind of like a international kind of a type thing for the artwork and
Yeah.
the music and everything like that.
Promote it internationally too. The album, hopefully.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, get some fucking, you know, look at the Spotify map and see people down in Thailand checking out your
It's
shit.
dope.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
that'd be fucking cool.
That happens. Yeah,
In
for
Japan
sure.
and
And
shit like that.
seeing the followers in Japan a little bit and Thailand stuff
Yeah.
like that. It's
Get
like
yourself a tour or, you know, cross seas. That'd be fucking
Oh, it's coming.
that's
bro.
what we
new
want to
dream.
do long
It's
term.
coming.
Yeah. So
Hell yeah. That's what's up. So I want to touch on something a little, you know, personal that I know happened recently. This last, like, end of summer, there's some gnarly fucking fires.
yeah.
Can you tell me about what happened? Weren't you victim of one of those?
Yeah, so pretty much what happened with a lot of that, in short, I guess, is kind of like we were out in Medical Lake where a lot of the fires were going on at.
Is that where you live?
Not
Or lived?
anymore. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is where I lived. And the fires there were getting really crazy. Like we could literally see them from our house. Like we're standing on our porch and there's the fire, there's the smoke. And so then basically the whole area was like in a massive evacuation. And my girlfriend also has asthma, so like as all that
it's
smoke and
fucking her
everything's
up
coming, yeah,
tremendously.
totally. And she was in a house fire when she was very little as well, so that's of course traumatizing on top of everything as well for her. In some ways, because I guess as a fighter and in certain things, I'm used to just kind of going through stuff that kind of is tough or that hurts or whatever,
Yeah.
and just kind of facing it and not really showing any vulnerability going through anything
what
like
breaks
that.
you's what makes you.
Right, exactly, and that's how I try to look at it. But I just know a lot of that stuff was very hard for her, and so we basically didn't have any time to grab hardly any of our stuff other than just what we could,
Really?
and stuffed. Yeah, at the time before the evacuation.
Was that your
because-
parents' place or was that
It
yours
was
and
mine.
hers?
Yeah, it was mine. My parents both live. My dad actually lives out in like the Chewelah Deer Park
Okay.
area and all that, and my mom's in town, located in town. So thankfully neither of them were affected. But yeah, so unfortunately from all that, we wound up having to evacuate and all that, and with our power and everything out. We wound up losing a lot of our food and clothes and certain things to smoke damages and whatnot. And because of my girlfriend having asthma and everything going on with that, we were no longer able to live there. So we had to basically take everything, and we were without a place to live. We were staying at friends' houses and things like that. Like I know I slept on his floor for a couple of nights and whatnot when all that was going down, and everything was evacuated. And yeah, we didn't really know where we were going to stay, but thankfully we had a lot of friends and people in our lives that kind of helped us out and helped us kind of get back on our feet and figure out what was going on, because it could have been a lot worse
Yeah.
without having the support of everybody that was looking out. And I know a lot of other people that lost everything.
Yeah.
They had nothing salvageable or anything. Thankfully, we were able to salvage a lot of important things. Yeah, we lost our food and other things, but we got everything that was very important to us out. All of us,
Yeah,
our
your
dogs,
guitars?
and all the guitars, and yeah, so all the important stuff, and just with everything that happened, there's no way for us to stay in Medical Lake like we were and anything like that. So now we've moved into town. We have a new place, and
That's what's up.
and all that, and we've been getting back on our feet. So
Well, I'm glad to
Sir.
hear that, man. Like, if I can't fucking imagine. I know both my parents have dealt with house fires, but I can't imagine dealing with that, having to go through that. It's like what you said. Like, it's traumatizing. Like, if you had to go through it again, it'd now be traumatizing to you. To like, fuck, dude. I'm sorry, but I'm glad to see how fucking quickly and how much strongly you bounce back from
Sure.
it.
Well, and I do want to say, like, if it weren't for basically the support of everybody, like the people that support my music and just me as a person, the people in my life, like, and most of them, I'm going to be honest, aren't even my actual family. It's people that I just, that know
Yeah.
me, know who I am, or know me from my music, and to kind of to see that meant a lot in its own. Like, I'm not even related to some of these people, and just to just see like, oh, they know I'm struggling and they want to help me. Because I've even made a post on my Facebook recently where I was like, I have a hard time asking for help, because I've had friends in the past, or just people in my life, family members, and when you're down and you ask for that help or whatever, and they're like, okay, here's something I can hold over your head,
Yeah.
or whatever. And so for me, I kind of grew apart from asking for help, and grew a kind of independence in that way sometimes. So for me to not be able to ask for help and to still receive it means more than I could probably express, honestly.
I understand that completely. Like, I've been too prideful to ask for help, and it's gotten me into some trouble where now I'm dealing with shit now.
Right.
But yeah, I definitely understand. Like, all about that part. But yeah, dude, I'm like I said, I'm so sorry you had to go through that. But I'm so fucking, proud to see how much you bounce back from it, and to hear how everybody has helped you through it. And if you're still getting help, do you still have a GoFundMe going?
I'm pretty sure they have them going, but we haven't been accepting anything since we moved into our new place, because anything we've been getting in terms of like additional clothing or like any proceeds that we didn't use or didn't need going into getting our new place and getting back on our feet, we donated that back to other survivors
Yeah.
of the Gray Fires and things like that. And we
That's
also
fucking
donated
awesome, dude.
over and collected over 30 bags of clothes, and wound up donating over 30 bags of clothes to
Damn.
people that were affected by the fire. So I was kind of glad, you know, from all the negative that did come from it, that, you know, I feel like God had us covered, and we were able to kind of in turn take our
Sure, God's
situation and
good.
use it to bless other people and help other people that were going through, honestly, a much worse struggle even than we
Yeah.
were. So, because there's people that were misplaced for and didn't know where they were going to live or where they were going for much longer than we were. So I just feel like, you know, kind of like God was looking out, and I'm just thankful for everybody's help and everything like that. And you know, I know how you were kind of mentioning like about me or whatever, my resolve and all that, but for me, I wouldn't have any of that if it weren't for the people I have as my support system.
Dude, you have one hell of a support system. That's fucking awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it goes a lot, like you said, a lot deeper than your music.
For real.
It's like, oh yeah, and people, for me, the people that support my music, it's like that is my family.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I feel that.
Absolutely.
I understand that shit. I mean, being in the studio, you know, and who I work with here, you know, it's like family to me. So, I mean, be repping that shit all the time.
100%.
Yeah, so, but hell, dude, I'm really happy to see, you know, shit's working out for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let's see. So, you got any upcoming shows?
We are currently working on a couple of music festivals for next year, so we're looking at Pig Out, hopefully.
Okay.
And we know for sure we're going to be doing the Rock the Block Festival again at
Oh,
the
yes,
Revolver,
sir. Yes,
and
sir.
we're going to be back at Hilliard Festival
Okay.
for the upcoming Hilliard Festival. So we're looking at a lot of festivals. We're submitting to a lot of music just doing big festivals.
Okay.
So I mean, we will have, you know, probably regular show dates or whatever, you know, mixed in, but we're looking at hopefully a festival tour.
I mean, if you ain't doing anything Memorial Day weekend, I'll put you in. I'll put, you know, definitely there. You know of you, but Burning Cow Festival. I'm hosting that.
Sweet.
Yeah, I can try. I can get you guys.
Let's
on
see
the
what's
card for
good.
that.
Let's see
Yeah.
what's
When is
good.
that? When is it?
Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, for everybody listening, Memorial Day weekend, Burning Cow out in Ford, Washington. Hit me up or hit
'em up.
G Real.
Do
You'll
that.
be able to see these
do
guys
it.
fucking tear up the stage.
Get
Because
it.
they want some more rock out there. They do.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah. What about upcoming fights?
Upcoming fights. I was actually looking to get scheduled for a fight before I got injured. Me and my boy knows. We've been kind of scouting some opponents. Pretty much, I had some fights set up right after my first fight. Had a couple opponents bail. I was called out by a couple of fighters, and I accepted the challenge, and then they bitched out. So, and then there was a few offers that came my way where I didn't feel like it was right for me. So there's just a few things kind of between the different, you know, coaches now that I'm with a new team and everything like that, where I feel a lot more comfortable now than I was in my prior camps. I feel like I'm learning a lot. So as soon as I can get basically back at 100% from my shoulder injury, I want to be getting back in the cage.
Okay. How long you been dealing with the shoulder?
A few months now, like a month or two.
Okay.
So, and we got probably a couple more months on the recovering process, but
Yeah. What about you, Ray? You got any upcoming fights?
Yeah. I
Yeah?
do.
wanna promote
Nothing
it?
like set in stone, like as far as like finding an opponent and stuff like that.
Okay.
But so since my last fight in October was, I mean, pretty much he dropped out but postponed. I'd want to say I think I have one in January. So
Okay.
either that or early February. We're looking around that time, and then after that, I for sure have an April fight. Even though it's a little bit out, I have an April fight. That's gonna be my next championship fight. So I don't have.
Where's that at?
That's going to be in Clearwater again
Clearwater.
with Austin
Yep,
Arnett.
Austin.
Shout out my boy again. You know, going to do that for the 2-time. But yeah. So as far as that, I do have a couple fights lined up. I might even take maybe like 1 or 2 more before that. But it's definitely back to training season. Like I just got back on my feet from this injury, and yeah, back in training. So
How quickly in between fight, like how do I say this? How long in between fights do you normally do between fighting again? Like, because I know you need time to heal. You know,
yeah, I mean, it usually depends. Like
unless it's a quick match, you knock them out like 1 or 2 punches.
Yeah, no, you really never know. But for me, ideally, I want to go with like at least 3-4 fights a year. You know, so 2022 it was 3 fights, and it was going to be originally 4 fights, but then you know injury came around. And then kind of same with this year. I only had 1 fight this year, but I've been training like a lot rigorously. And before, it's been like a month now since my last injury. So like before that, Yeah, it was my only fight in April.
Okay.
And so, like, obviously I had another one lined up, but, change of plans.
All right. Yeah. So you need maybe like 3 months, 3 months to heal up and keep training.
Yeah. And as far as in between, like, a couple
And that's
months.
just
like,
being
for sure.
safe, probably.
Yeah. Because even, like, when we do fight, and even if we don't get injuries, like, our coach will still recommend us, like, at least a week or 2 off just to get your mind right, just because you've just been training intensely and shutting out so much. You just, you got to appreciate the other things in life as well,
Is that
as
a
hard
week
as you
off
go.
from training, like just doing nothing?
Yeah. So a week or 2 off from just, whether it's spending time with your family, yourself, just, enjoying life, taking off from work, whatever you have to do. Get your mind right. You know what I'm saying?
So what's a day to day for you guys? Like what's a day in the life of Ray Northwest?
Man, it could be a lot, man. Anywhere from, interviews, shows, music, fighting. Mostly like a day-to-day schedule is, so I do detailing. I detail cars.
Okay, that's a job.
And so, yep. And so get up, detail, go hard. I love it. It pays the bills most definitely and more, and it's just a real cool job. It could be hard, but I get at it with that, and then I go to training. So I go to the gym as well, lift weights when
How
I
many
get
days
off.
a week do you go to the gym?
Like the actual gym, like lifting weights,
Yeah.
like probably like three or 4 times a week. And then as far as training, is 4 to 5 times a week. So I do
Damn.
Monday through Thursday.
You're fully committed on that.
Yeah, straight up. So like Monday is kind of like all around. I'll go and punch the bags. I'll go work out. I'll go do mitts. Tuesday is strictly MMA. So we do a lot of stand up, a lot of drills. Wednesday it's jiu-jitsu. And then it kind of just goes back and forth until Friday. And Friday we do 10 rounds. So for an hour we're sparring hard.
Yeah, I've heard about.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
Vincent was telling me. I'm
Yeah,
like,
and
what
he
the
comes
fuck?
too.
Yeah, I go to 10
Yeah,
rounds on
he goes
Fridays.
before he got
Since I
injured.
messed up my shoulder, I
Yeah.
haven't. But yeah, because I don't go, I'm not able to go to all the classes right now. So I'm just able to come to the sparring. So all these cats that are doing all the classes and learning all this badass stuff all throughout the week, that's
You
who I
just-
wind up sparring them. Yeah, I just
Okay.
roll in and just
He
give them my
still
best
learns
shot.
a lot.
Yeah,
from
just watching,
sparring,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah, so in a lot of ways, it's like I kind of learn from doing in a lot of ways, because I just go in there. It's like trial and error. I'm either going to get hit or
Yeah.
I'm not, and you're going to figure out how to not get hit, or you're going to get hit. Yeah.
So what's day to day life for you?
I work at a winery, so I'm kind of I
Oh.
help make wine and things like that. Help
Hustling
package
with
it.
that drink.
And you know what I'm saying? Got the perp drink? No. But
Yeah.
and so I kind of be doing all kinds of different stuff, working on that. And I make music, kind of record a lot of my own stuff. I help record my friends, do shows, all that, pretty much all that kind of stuff. And I try to help kind of work with other artists and get other artists' music out there and stuff too, and all that kind of stuff on the side. I just love music, all kinds of music in the community and all that good stuff. So
What other artists you worked with?
you just mean like locally?
Yeah.
Or
Not even local.
just in general?
Yeah.
Probably one of my favorite collabs that I got going is I've been working on a couple songs for a few different albums with an artist in Ireland. His name is Danny Six, and
damn.
Shout out Danny.
yes,
bro.
sir. Shout out my guy. He's been working on some really dope metal albums. His last 2 albums, I have 2 songs, I believe, on his last album, and then we actually have an unreleased number that hasn't come out yet that is recorded. So that's self-recorded. He records it, sends his stuff over to me from Ireland, and then I track it in my place and send it back, and then and then we just finish a song, and then he releases it, and we've never actually officially met. So the first couple
Wow.
times we actually talked, I was telling him I didn't want to have a discussion with him yet, because I was saying if we haven't, because our fans kind of were like, oh, they had fans in Ireland that had heard of us, and we had fans, and so the 2 of our fan bases were like, you guys should do music together, and started hitting us both up.
Really?
So I was
So-
like, our first conversation we should have, I was telling them, let's have our first conversation be the song. So we've never talked to each other, so we'll have our first conversation with each other in this song.
Really?
Yeah, so the first time I
That's
had ever
fucking
basically
creative.
communicated with them
Creation.
was it was in the song. Yeah.
Wow.
So then after we actually did the song, we're like, okay, now I felt like, okay, we can talk to each other, because now we've already talked to each other in the song. And then we made the second song.
Okay.
So we have a song called Let the Devil In, and another metal song called Venom.
Okay.
Yeah, so and it's pretty just crazy, heavy stuff, and he told me that was on the radio in Scotland.
What?
So I was like, I found that out from him. Yeah, so
Dude,
Crazy,
you
bro.
from a Thailand or Asian tour to going over, you're gonna be overseas.
for the culture, bro.
That's what
We're
I'm
doing
saying.
it.
It's
Yeah, you're-
inevitable, bro.
Yeah,
We're
it's
doing
gonna
it.
happen.
Straight up.
Yes, sir.
Fuck, that's what's up. Okay. Well, I got a few more questions. Let's see. What is the best advice given to you thus far in your music career?
Probably just to not let anybody that hasn't succeeded in achieving their dreams come along and tell you that you can't make it just because they didn't. That's probably one of the biggest. Because, like, even when I was in school and I'd have music teachers that are like, you know, you have a real talent for music, it's in your heart. You should follow what's in your heart. And I'd have other teachers that would be like, being a musician isn't a career and this isn't for you because it's not what I'm telling you or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
And for me, I just, you know, a lot of time I spent sorting through that. Like, is this for me? You know? And when it's like, I knew it was for me. It's in my heart. I should never let anybody
Yeah.
let me doubt it, you
fucking
know?
prove them
Straight
wrong.
up.
That part.
Yeah, man. Fuck. What about you, Gray?
Man, just to keep your foot on the gas pedal. You know what I'm saying? Like, from your favorite celebrity to a millionaire to just, you know, your friend who owns a business, everyone has to start somewhere. So, like, just being real consistent with it and, you know, going hard. Like, I remember when I sat down with, it was actually when I started getting into the MMA, like, you know, kind of, I would say environment and stuff like that. A retired UFC fighter, he gave me his order. He wanted me to, like, have his gloves or something like that, like vice versa. Like, I have my gloves and he fought with them and he signed them and gave it to me and stuff. And he pretty much told me that advice. He was like, dude, I made it to the UFC. Like, I'm standing here telling you, like, you can do it too. You know, I see a lot of talent, this, that, and the third. But yeah, just to be consistent.
So you'd relate like the advice to your fighting.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what's up. What is some of the best advice you've gotten in your fight career so far?
Probably, that's kind of hard.
That was my next question.
Yeah, that's a hard one. I guess for me, in a lot of ways, I guess probably some of the best advice I've been given is to just, if you're not sure, like, if you don't know that you're ready to fight, you're like, if I don't know if I'm ready, it's about you knowing that you're basically ready and you're prepared and so you could come to your coach and ask you, Coach, am I ready? And he's going to ask you, well, are you ready? Because it's about what you have inside yourself. When you got to wake up at the end of the day or whatever, you go to bed at the end of the day and you got to live with yourself. It's you. So are you ready to fight? Do you want to fight? Do you have something to fight for? You know, so for me, in a lot of that, it's those questions and determining that you know the answers to those things. Like, if you're going to get in the cage and you're fighting somebody that has something to fight for and you don't, you're not going to win.
Yeah. It goes to show with your first fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's a saying or whatever that goes like, whether you think you can or you can't, you're
right. Yes. Yep. Yeah, exactly. That's a great way to put it.
Okay. Now, what is some advice you give to an inspiring fighter or artist, you know, somebody that's wanting to get into MMA or somebody that's wanting to make music? What's something you'd tell, you know, an up and coming fighter or artist?
Yeah. I would probably just say make sure that you're surrounding yourself with people that you know care about you in your circle, in your, like, whether it be your coaches, your teammates, your bandmates, your whatever, you know, whatever you call it. You want to be surrounding yourself with people that you're for sure that have your best interest at heart, particularly in the fighting, because if you don't, there's even more drastic consequence, you know, than even maybe in the music industry, you know. Because, I see a lot of guys, you know, they think, I don't want to say maybe they think they're tough, but they'll win a fight or two or something against a guy that's not as tough as they might think. Or, I don't know, some people's perspectives are different. Like, you think someone's tough and then you fight someone that's really tough and then you see what tough is, you know?
Yeah.
So for me, it's just like, while you're in the amateurs, use that time and experience to grow before you find out what
Straight up.
tough is, and it's a harsh reality. And instead of you've spent the time building yourself up and growing and learning and all this, you're just throwing yourselves straight to the wolves because a group of people that don't care about you are telling you to do so, whether it be in the music industry or
Yeah. No, I can
you know,
see how
because
that
people
can
will
be
do that,
relatable
and
to
it's for
both.
their interest, not you. Oh yeah, I want you to fight because you're my fighter. So if you win, it'll make me look cool. Or yeah, go do this show, and I manage you, so it'll make me look like a famous man. In reality, you're losing money, or you're whatever.
Yeah.
Or it's not good for your health, or it's not good for your.
Not good for business.
Yes,
Yeah.
but it's like if it's good for someone's wallet or whoever. But don't be worried about that. You need to be worried about
Have
you know,
people, that
and the
want your
core
best
element
interest.
and the people that care about you and all that type of stuff. So. Because like going into my first fight camp, even there's people that I trained with that wound up training and cornering and coaching my opponent. So some of the people that were helping me wound up helping the person I wound up having to compete against. So at that point, I have a whole different group of people that are, him included, that are actually helping me. So that's where I had to kind of find in the fight game and in music those people that are going to, no matter what, oh, okay, well, are these people going to come and go? Are they going to support the opposition when the occasion comes? Or are they going to stay, you know what I'm saying, locked down? And those are going to be your people, and those are the people you want to make it with.
Yeah.
Straight up.
No, I understand that from being part of the music scene. Like, I fucking can see that fully. That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Ray? What's some good advice you'd give to, an up and coming fighter? Or
As
someone
far
wanting
as-
to pursue rap.
Yeah,
Whatever
yeah.
you want to go with.
Well, first, I want to second that what Jacob was saying. Good environment, good people. You want to make sure you're straight yourself. No matter what you're doing, I mean, sometimes we have to be experimental in life, but if you find like something you're really passionate about, get in there. Spend time. How you going to be a cook and not be in the kitchen? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got to really just get in there. You got to come mad, sad, happy, glad, depressed. Just go. You know what I'm saying? So as far as like advice, yeah, just make sure you're consistent. Just always stay in there no matter what. And even if it's not staying busy with something, stay busy with something else,
Yeah.
and maintain that hard work.
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I like both those answers. That's
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I like how you guys can, relate it to both aspects of what I've been asking you about, and and it just goes along with just life in general.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hell yeah. Well, real quick before we end this, is there any shout outs you guys want to give to people?
Go ahead, Jacob. I know you got some.
I just want to give a shout out to all the supporters, everybody out there watching the show, and anyone that tunes into Jacob Vanknowe and Ray Northwest music and watches our fights. I want to give a shout out to y'all and show some love
Let's go.
to the people out there.
Hell yeah.
Man, same thing. First, I want to give a shout out to all the guys, man, all the artists like Cordell, Django, Bendy, all the cats doing it around here, trying to make, support local music, make it big. And I mean, yeah, but other than that, yeah, shout out to all the fans, the supporters, shout out to everyone at Warrior Camp, everyone in the MMA community.
Yes,
and
sir.
You already know.
Hell yeah. Alrighty, well, thank you guys for coming on. I really this was an awesome interview. I felt like I really got to know you guys
Most
from
definitely.
just seeing you, at the festivals and bullshitting with you before you get on stage. Thank you for coming on.
Absolutely.
man.
Thanks
Thank
for
you for
having
having
us,
us.
man.
Yeah. No,
Yes,
thank
sir.
you. All right, everybody. That was another episode of Shades On. Till then, the shades are off.